Hey guys, I'm Christa
Kevin.
and we are from LCRC Raceway. Thank you for joining us tonight for Hump Day Happy Hour. Every Wednesday we get together and hang out with our favorite customers, friends, racers, and chat about all the things LCRC. And today is no different except that we're a little hotter than usual.
Wow. So, heat wave. I'm sure more than just in the Northeast, but definite heat wave in the Northeast has been what we're on pace to have 26 or 27 days in July over 90 degrees.
Yep.
And we're melting.
Our air conditioner broke this morning in the shop.
The whole first floor. No AC.
No air conditioning. So we're living on a fan and a prayer right now to get through Hump Day Happy Hour with you.
2 fans and a prayer.
It's a true story. But we are still here and ready to hang out and talk about all the things. We are going to be covering the Dream Race, which is our oval race that's coming up. If you guys could just let us know in the comments, because of all the fans, are you having any trouble hearing us? I can adjust the audio a little bit. I probably won't turn the fans off, but we can try to get you to hear us okay. So just let us know in the comments if you can hear us okay. But we're going to cover the Dream. We're going to talk about ProTek Super Cup, which is coming up, and we have a big announcement about the Mugen race, the Adam Drake Clinic.
And speaking of noise, it is
just
now pouring down rain,
started
and the
raining.
store roof is Hump.
Okay, thank you guys for letting us know that the sound's okay. Let's go say hi to some of our friends that are hanging out with us. Hi to Brett Butter.
Hey, Brett.
There's Tim Pence.
Yeah.
Hey, Taylor. We got your orders and your notes, so thank you very much.
Got it.
Jim Burke's on with us. Hey, Jim. Thanks for hanging out. Yes, I know. It really does suck. There's Jen. Hey, how are you?
Hey.
There's P-Word. No sound issues. And TQ Chef says, hello, super excited to finally visit for the first time for the ProTek race. Awesome. ProTek race is going to be an awesome time to visit. One of the things we're going to talk about today is more of the giveaways. But I'm wondering if you guys saw the video that I posted around July 4th that went through all the giveaways they sent, because it's a lot.
Yeah, it is. But you realize that that's not even true anymore.
Yeah, there's more.
They sent they sent a ton more. I don't know what to tell you.
It's true.
The support's been amazing.
Hi, Shane and Michelle Nipple, and we will talk more about that. We're going to cover the Dream first, then we'll go to ProTek. But so we will definitely be sharing more about that soon. George Santa's on. Do you have any outdoor short course wheels in stock?
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I don't want to say we carry the full line of DE short course wheels, but we carry a pile.
We do.
Yep. And I actually just checked stock because I just did a DE reorder last week, so we should have anything that you can find on our website. We should have in stock.
Yeah, awesome. So, and in case you're new, we're LCRCRaceway.com, and all of our inventory is live on there. So if it says we have in stock, 98% of the time we do. There are sometimes mistakes.
Do you know who the GFRP parts are for?
I do know who the GFRP parts are for, and that is Tim Long. Hey, Tim. Thanks for hanging out. We're very excited to have you here for the Dream Race.
Adam asked me this evening what I had to do to talk you into coming out for a month. I told him it wasn't real hard.
There's my friend Laura. Hi, Laura. And Kurt Sievers hanging out. Jim Burke says, what do you run for the 13.5 Mud Boss? What tires? I'm sorry. What tires do you run?
If I said all the normal ones, I know it's the Hoosier, the Hot Lap, the J Concept Swiper, the DE. Don't murder me if I'm backwards. I'm pretty sure they're allowed DE non-grooved.
The full list is actually going to be, because isn't there a list of approved tires for that?
There is, and it's on that QR code.
It is. So we're going to show you the flyer for the race here in just a second, and it has a really handy way to see the list of tires that are approved for the Dream Race, as well as any of the rules. I will tell you there's a couple additions that we need to make, which I will do tomorrow. We'll talk about that in just a second. Shane Yoder is on, and Bill Smith. Hello to my friends. Thank you guys for hanging out. With no further ado, I'd love to just jump into the Dream.
I jumped into the Dream years ago.
Oh, and he's sweet. So let's kick things off with the dream. I shared a video last week, and I just felt like that would kind of be the best way to kick this off in our conversation. So just in case you missed it, we are going to show you a short little video about what you have to expect at the Dream 2024.
She made it.
I did. Let me clip it. Excuse that. And okay, there you have it. So,
Pretty cool.
yeah, I'm fairly proud of the video. So I wanted to make sure you guys all got to see it too. Brownie points for Kevin for saying that I did a good job with that. And then hello to Rob and Jody. We're really excited because the premise of this, the Dream Race, is everything that you've come to expect and know us for in our off-road racing, now brought to you in Oval. So we're excited about that.
I am too, and I'm sorry. I'm trying to go back to
Jim?
Burke about the tire questions. And Jim, I apologize. I do not know what the hot tire is from
Maybe
the prelude because we've only ever run oval on this dirt one time.
Yeah, which was the prelude to the Dream. And so maybe someone that was here can share what they were running. If you're hanging out with us, just throw in the comments, maybe reply. Even if you watch later, you could reply to Jim's comments in the comment, and he'll still get it, and tell him what tire you liked on that 13.5 Mud Boss. So that's a great way to crowd share the information.
So, you know the whole, like, no news is good news, and if they're not complaining, they must be happy.
Yeah.
We didn't have anybody complaining about grip with the quote-unquote normal stuff, so I
don't think it was a huge tire game on that dirt. No. It hooked up pretty well.
I know, like, our house cars, our house sprint cars that we're racing, the quasi speeds were just good on the 360s, and then of course the J Concepts ellipses were, I think they ran greens all weekend and didn't hurt them. So
pretty cool.
Yeah.
So we did make some changes to the Dream Flyer. So I want to share.
There's your guys chiming in home now. Thanks, guys.
So I wanted to share the updates to that with you. So here is the flyer. And
I know, Laura, right?
Of course, it is the Dream Race, which is presented by Custom Works. As you can see, that doesn't help anything. Let's try this. So here's our changes to the schedule. Thursday, the hobby shop will be open 11 to 5, and 5 to 8 will be controlled practice.
I know my off-road guys will all vouch for it or understand when you read the asterisk below the practice time on Thursday. We're scheduled 5 to 8, and it says times may vary or are subject to change. It usually means we'll start earlier, maybe end a little later, but usually not. Depends on track prep and what we got going on.
And obviously, there's the weather caveat too.
Yeah, of course.
But generally, practice is going to start a little earlier than we advertise. That is generally our goal. Is we don't want to advertise more than we can offer, but we are willing to advertise less. So that's the story with practice.
And there is a good chance, with Garrett here helping us with the surface and the track, it's much easier for me to don't want to say help out, because really he was doing it all, and I could be in the store and bounce around parking people and doing all the things. So we actually could keep the surface in better shape and be able to offer more practice. So we hope to open before 5.
So on Friday, controlled practice is advertised from 9 a.m. till 7 p.m. At 7 p.m., we are going to have one of our Nitro late model 45-minute programs. Kevin, talk about what they should expect for that on the bank track.
Well, it depends on who all shows up. I'm assuming that Tim Long's probably going to end up running Adam Drake's house car, I would assume.
Has to.
Yeah. So right there's Demolition Derby car number 1.
Well, okay, this is not what I was looking for. What I was looking for is there's some excitement about that banked oval track when you get the Nitro late models on it. First of all, the sound is kind of intoxicating. And then they start out, and they're kind of bouncing off each other, but they're still able to keep going and battle. There was an epic time. Do you remember the time that Adam Drake hit the pit lane and Tim was able to catch him mid-crash and throw him back out?
Oh, yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff you can expect. But if you want to kind of a little glimpse of that, if you look up, I think on YouTube, like LCRC Nitro Late Model, there's some epic videos on there. There's been some really good Instagram reels and TikTok videos all about that. So, I mean, it's a very fun, exciting show. Generally, during our off-road races when we have it, everybody in the place just crowds around that oval track, and they might have a beverage in their hand and they're just ready for a good time.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah,
it really is, and it also is. It's fairly competitive up front too.
Totally.
I mean, yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's really cool. It's definitely entertaining, and it kind of sets the mood for the weekend, I feel like. Because I guess here's the thing that I love the most about it. The guys are all smiling up on the stand. Even though they're competitive, nobody's mad. Everyone's like, it's just a really good time. So, go ahead.
Before we miss it,
sure.
Boys are asking about latecomer practice on Saturday morning. So, of course, we want to offer as much as we can. The updated schedule on the new flyer says that the driver's meeting is going to be at 8 a.m. on Saturday morning.
Yep.
Unlike off-road, where when we water Friday night, then we say latecomer practice is at daylight on Saturday morning for the off-road.
Yeah.
It doesn't quite work like that for the oval because of the prep and how finicky the oval is compared to off-road.
Yeah.
So, Steve, what I will tell you is that by the time we have the driver's meeting Saturday morning, we will be able to calculate the timetable to know how long the program is going to take on Saturday, and then we will make the proper adjustment to when we start that seating round. If you'll notice on the flyer, after the 8 a.m. driver's meeting, there's really no times mentioned because, so why didn't we put in latecomer practice? Well, let's say we do get 400 or 500 entries. We won't have time for latecomer practice. But the likelihood of having a blowout turnout is pretty minimal. So
pretty good.
I'm assuming that when we get the turnout that comes in...
Still teaching him how to manifest things.
Well, okay, Steve, no, probably not, because we're going to have 1,000 entries. No. But yes, you'll be able to get some latecomer practice Saturday morning.
Yes, that was a really long way to say yes. Moving on then, let's go back to Friday.
I tell a long story.
Well, thank you for answering the question about Saturday when I was still talking about Friday. But Friday, after that 45-minute program, that's when our social is going to begin. So to give you an idea on the social, we're going to have Peyton Allen back for...
He's amazing.
He is really great. So there's going to be live music, a live performance there. We're going to have the cornhole tournament. We have some food trucks on site. So very excited about the social event, kind of, again, setting the tone for the weekend. We have lots of camper sites already sold for that event. Lots of people are going to come and hang out, and that will really... that'll do a lot. So that will be on Friday, Saturday morning. Of course, there's going to be an 8 a.m. driver's meeting. And as Kevin told you, latecomer practice. And the rest of the day will be based off of the times for the end time.
Yeah. And again, we didn't really write the end time deal on the new flyer update, but you guys that are familiar with our off-road programs, we do not race past 10 p.m. on Saturday.
Yep.
So we'll do whatever it takes to modify the schedule or manipulate whatever it takes. We'll make sure that we're done by 10 p.m. on Saturday. Some of the older gentlemen that will be in attendance need their beauty sleep, Tim Long. So we'll make sure that everybody gets rested up and ready for the mains on Sunday.
For both you off-road and your my oval people, when you hear a 10 p.m. end, I always have someone in the crowd that is like, I want as much race time as I can get. I don't like this whole end time thing and whatever. I will tell you, Kevin and I have done this now since 2008. And when we would race late into the evening or have to end something at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning to make it work, what we have found is the majority of the people, or there's a group of people then that are not happy with the weekend. Where when we have ended closer to 10 p.m. being the hard end time, more people have enjoyed the weekend more. They were able to do better racing up to their own standards because they weren't so exhausted. It just really makes the quality of the experience better for everybody.
Now, before someone asks, I will tell you, let's say the Mother Nature disaster scenario hits and it's, monsoons Friday night and we wake up Saturday morning, the oval's a lake and what are we going to do? And, well, you guys are going to go for lunch and work on your cars and hang out while my crew goes to work. As soon as it stops raining, we'll pump it off,
Make it happen.
we'll dust it, we'll roll it in, and we're going to race. We always do.
Yeah. So we're going to cover Sunday, which Sunday is going to be, the main start time is just going to be based on that 5 p.m. finish, so everything that Kevin's already still covered.
Yeah.
I want to go back over to the class order. As you can notice, too, it's just $50 per class. That is walk-up entries or pre-entry, but pre-entry is open now, and I would encourage you to do that.
Yeah.
There is always there is a sellout point for this race, so you don't want to miss your chance. We have added that U15 class, so that's an under 15 Mud Boss class. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't know if you remembered the question that was asked earlier.
Yeah, you
yesterday
can go ahead.
Today.
Yeah.
So I had somebody ask me if we were going to allow the new Traxxas Modified in the U15 class. And listen, we can get into a whole big debate about it, and I'm all for the debate. The problem is when this car came out, when it dropped, we all decided that this car was its own class. Period. It's not. It's totally different, and this car is going to be in its own class, and we're going to keep it bone stock and all the things.
So U15 is still a Salvus Mud Boss, okay, and the Traxxas Modified is its own separate class. That is what Kevin is trying to say. As you can see on our list, we did add that Traxxas Modified class to this. That is a bone stock Traxxas Modified, no changes, 5200 milliamp battery.
The kids are welcome to run the Traxxas Modified class in addition to U15 if they choose.
Yep.
But, obviously it'll require 2 different cars.
Absolutely.
I'm not saying that come rule changes for 2025 that something different might not be negotiated, but for the remainder of 2024, that's how it's going to be.
Yes. So on the flyer, which again will be posted on social media, the website, and all the places first thing in the morning, you guys just get to see it first. You can see that little QR code on there. That is going to be a direct link to all of the rules, the control tire list, anything that you need. You can scan that QR code at any point, and it'll take you directly there. I will tell you those 2 additional classes that we added, the U15 and that Traxxas Modified, those rules are not yet posted there. So just be patient with me. I'm going to hopefully do that tomorrow, but there is a chance that flyer will go live before those rules are on there. They're very basic rules for both classes. U15 does allow some RPM parts, and you're not listening to me at all.
No, I am.
The U15 does allow some of the RPM parts, right?
QR code works like a champ. Just did it.
Yes, we were talking about the Dream Race, Braden, and but the modified class, that Traxxas Modified, that is a bone stock radio, stock everything. Okay, we're going to jump back into comments for a second. I know we skipped a lot of things, but I wanted to just cover all the information and then go back and ask the questions. Back when I was saying about you interrupting me and other things, that's why you and Garrett get along so well.
But I never interrupt you.
No.
But I never interrupt you.
For the off-road, yes, it's going to be the same track. Everyone already answered you, but I just want to say that too. There's Chris. Hey, thank you, Chris, for all the kind words. I see your social posts and I appreciate you supporting us. And Brett already took care of Alan's comment. No, not an under 15 class for off-road. We're talking about for the oval race. But come try oval out. Why not? You love LCRC. You can do it at both. P word, you are not allowed to be in the U15. But good try.
Yeah.
Okay, so if you guys have any other questions about the Dream Race, please leave them in the comments for us. We're very excited. We've had a lot of pre-entries coming in lately, so it's fun to see some of the big names that are coming. I've been really excited about the camper spots that we're selling because I'm excited about people getting the full experience.
Well, the camper lot's almost sold out.
Yeah. So
it's crazy.
Yeah. So very good.
I could have rented 2 more campers of ours today.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I got talked to my buddy Jason Burns in Ohio, and him and half a dozen or so of his Ohio buddies are all coming out.
Are we allowed to say about the JB guy that's coming?
You can talk about it.
We make that public, can't we?
Why not?
I believe that Joe Bornhorst is confirmed for the Dream Race, so we're excited to have Joe, who is a new dad, and honestly, long time. One of Joe's first big races was here, and I just always feel like he's a local, even though he's not a local. So I just love having him, especially, like we were at the beginning of his career, and now he gets to kind of be at the start of something new for us in oval. So,
his in-laws own an oval.
I know, which makes it that much more exciting. So I meant 15 under 60 or something. Yeah, that's close, P-word. Is the pre-registration able to be done online and pay when I get there? That doesn't really work for the way the system is set up, Matt. But don't worry, you can still register when you get here. That's no big deal. But I can't. There's no way to check out in the system and take that entry without the payment. So that's something we're going to learn new things for pre-registration very soon.
Yeah. I've historically I hate pre-entry.
I don't. Well, I kind of do, but I want to learn a way to love it. So there's that. Shall we switch gears and talk about some ProTek stuff?
There's a lot of ProTek stuff to talk about.
Yeah, so obviously the Dream Race is August 2nd through the 4th, but before that, we have the ProTek Super Cup. I got to tell you, I'm really excited. There is a representative directly from ProTek that's going to be here for the event. He is going to be here handing out free gifts to every single person that registers. So each time that someone comes up to register, you will receive a free gift. And we started receiving those here today. So Kevin wants to share them. But I got to tell you, I'm just like over the moon excited about the way that ProTek is showing up as a sponsor for this.
I know you can't see it on the camera, but no, I'll just hold it. I know you can't see it on the camera, but there are 3 of these totes stacked on top of each other. Okay, the bottom 2 are the door prize raffles, like we usually do with we use the computer generated spinning wheel thing now when we sit out front under the J Concepts Mugen tents out there. But this is full of what we call smalls. It's basically...
but they're all good smalls. Like, sometimes
awesome.
Sometimes the smalls are the stuff that just doesn't sell, and then companies sell them, like send them for gifts. You've all been to a race like that. None of this is that. We've got tire glue. We've got tire glue bands. We've got the nice little zip ties.
Double-sided servo tape.
Double-sided tape.
The big 8-scale body clips. There's, I know there's some tubes of 5x10 clutch bearings.
Yeah, bearings, thread locker. I mean, just...
Yeah.
Good
I
stuff.
think there's some scissors in here somewhere. There's some ProTek 30mm fans. Like, you know, the smalls are not like she said. They're not the junkers. So
And
that's just the smalls. If you want to see the good, like the door prize stuff, you need to go and watch that video.
Yeah, you should have had me have that queued up. But and I just heard from our friend Troy at ProTek, and there's another box coming tomorrow.
No, it came today.
Oh, it did show up today.
But it came USPS.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So yeah, free 99 is the best for sure. Yeah, and just on that note too. Sorry to go back to the Dream for a second, but we also do have some really great giveaways for the Dream too. So that's worth noting. Team Associated, Purple Lilies, and Rhododendrons came up with some really great prizes. Thanks to Ed Alex for helping us arrange that stuff and get that in. So, ProTek format's a little bit different, honey. Let's talk about it. That means you talk about it.
Oh, you want me to explain it?
I asked you if you needed the flyer because I need the flyer to be able to talk about it.
So we're gonna run 2 5-minute qualifying rounds, like 2 heats, kind of like normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except no drops. So you want to try to make sure you finish, not only finish well, but you got to finish both rounds. So then we're going to sort that, again, with no drops, sort that into what we call the ProTek Super Cup round.
Yeah.
Okay? But essentially what it is it's a main round. And
when he says it's a main round, that's because it's heads-up racing, meaning you are going to start on the start grid. You're going to be in the position that you've qualified into.
Correct. And the way that'll work, so we'll run that, and every race in that round is 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't matter if it's the E sort of intermediate E buggy or if it's the nitro buggy A sort. Every race is 10 minutes.
Yep.
Okay.
Heads up racing.
Heads up racing, and the winner of each main will automatically bump into the next main for Sunday's regularly scheduled, regularly officiated programs.
The main events.
Correct.
So here's your gist. If you were in the D main and you win Super Cup, then you are going to now be in, what did I say, D?
C.
You're going to be in the C.
Yeah.
I forgot if I said B or D.
No, you'll start car 11 for the C main.
For the C.
And
now,
then
the cool thing about it is, if then you win, you still can play the bump game on Sunday.
That's correct.
It doesn't
Just
do
like
anything with the bump game on Sunday, which is my favorite part of racing. I love that somebody, like RC racing is special in that way, that you can bump all day long and end up the top.
Love it.
So you can still do that.
So then 2nd through 10th or 11th in the Super Cup round, that determines the starting order for that main then the following day.
True. So Taylor says, was it 1 or 2 bump ups from the Super Bowl round?
1.
1.
Winner goes.
Yep.
That's it.
Just the top spot moves. It is still 2 bumps on Sunday, though, right?
That's correct. Sunday, once we set the grid Saturday night before we quit, and we announce the mains and the start time and all that, from that moment on, it's a
just
tradition.
like you're used to.
It's a traditional race here.
Yeah.
2 bumps on Sunday, just like normal. We'll take 11, bump and 2.
Love it.
It's cool. Not only like I like the whole Super Cup round with like the extra bump, and it's, you know, some guys don't like that it's 2 5-minute rounds and no drops, right? But you got the Super Cup round to bump, you know, try and make up a little bit of it, and they're 10-minute races, 10-minute heads up racing. And it's not just your last main. So, like, you can blow it Saturday night and sleep it off and still come out Sunday morning and run, like she said, the normal bump game and go for it.
I want to say hi to Tom Petrella, who just jumped on. He says he's late. He'll have to rewind to get the details. Yes, we started with the Dream Race, and we just started talking about ProTek. We shared all the great stuff, so you'll have to rewind and see all the giveaways we have going on, and then just kind of going over the program. So you didn't miss a whole lot except we don't have air conditioning. Our air conditioning broke. That's why we're all hot. And I have the Beyonce look going on because I have the fan coming at me. So that's what you've missed. Taylor DeLosa, I really like the 10-minute qualifier. Yes, you're not the only one. This is a fun format of a race. Yeah, it's Toby's like favorite format. He gets really stoked about it. I will tell you, we just went through that whole spiel about how we finish at 10 and whatever. This is one of those races that it can get a little tricky to make the times work to make the racing all.
I'm glad you brought that up. So I just looked at the notes from last year, and we had 225 entries. Yeah. Which for July for us is big.
Yeah.
Because June and July typically are lower entry counts compared to the rest of them. So, with the vibe and the gut feeling of what's to come for next weekend, I think Christa's onto something with we're going to have a 10 p.m. problem because that. Let me look back once. Hold on. The Saturday.
The tricky thing about it is not as much about how many entries we have as how full the classes are. So if we only have a few in a class, that can really mess with the timeline.
Yeah. So Saturday morning, we started at 8:50 a.m. Ran 2 5-minute rounds of 22 heats. Set up the Super Cup round, which was 25 races, and we ran that round of 10-minute heads-up races, and we finished at 9:35, and that was with 225 entries. So if we happen to have like a 350, 400 entry race, we're going to have to break curfew. Yeah. Because we're not cutting times, we're not altering this program.
Well, we're definitely not altering the 10-minute round. There's a chance that we could have to alter the first 2 rounds, right?
No.
I think there's
you can't run less than 5 minutes.
I think there's a chance. I mean,
they're 40-second lap times. What are you going to do? Well, you might as well just call it a 3-lap heat.
Yeah. Shane, the shop hours tomorrow are from 11
to when Christa leaves.
No! 11 to 5. You have to work even when I'm gone.
FYI, I won't be here at closing. Well, no, I have to take the kid to swim lessons.
But Alex will be here.
I didn't say the store would be closed. I said I wouldn't be here. Yeah. Sorry.
The store will be open. Alex will be closing the shop.
Thunder and lightning.
And the thunder rolls.
Yeah, roger that. You can tell Taylor's been hanging out with Toby.
Smashing idea, Toby. Okay, so I'm going to Florida. I leave tomorrow. I'm going to go hang out with my friend Allison Rona from J Concepts. And we are going to relax and let our husbands do all the work for the weekend. And it'll be fun.
Boss is away. The kids will play.
No, you better not. You better hold the fort down and get all the lists done that I leave you. Well, I'm bummed I can't make this race this year. I enjoyed the format last year. I made up a lot of ground in that 10th scale, but I broke out of the A main starting third. They have a really good memory, Braden. I couldn't have remembered that. Cheers, mate. Party at Kev's. No partying. Kevin has a lot of work to do.
Still have a 7-year-old to take care of.
Anyway, we also have a big announcement about the Mugen Challenge, about the Adam Drake Clinic. Are we ready to move on to that, or do you have more to cover for the Super Cup race?
You didn't cover your social for Super Cup.
Oh, why? What's the social? I don't remember.
What do you mean the social? Friday night.
I know what the social is. I mean, like, what's going on at the social?
I don't know. He just asked if there was any social event for the ProTek race.
Who said? I'm sorry. It just popped up. Okay, give me a break. Yes, there is definitely a social at the event. We will have the cornhole tournament. Do we have the late model for that race? Yes, we do.
Yeah, but again, pending heat and weather, and
right.
If it's 98 in the shade, I mean, I don't know. But yeah, no, we plan on it.
Planning on it, and it's a very exciting social event because Sparky's is back. So they're our favorite Mexican restaurant. They also do mini donuts. They're fantastic food. They are reason enough to plan to be here because my God, I'm so excited. I'm gonna like buy tacos to put in the fridge for the next day.
You better get them early because they always run out.
Oh, Sparkies are so good. So everybody's eating here. I do believe that they're on the schedule for Friday night and Saturday to come back. So
for Super Cup?
Yes, I'm giving you 2 days in a row.
Wow, cool.
I hope that nothing changes there. But oh my gosh, those tacos or the nachos.
Yeah.
The nachos are to die. And of course, all the mini donuts too. And you can get buckets of mini donuts, and they're cheap. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Tim, were you ever here for the Mugen challenges when Sparkies was here? I know. Was it last year? All the pro guys were all oohing and on over Sparkies, right?
Grab
or was
me
that Fuel Nats?
Can you grab me the race schedule, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Because I need to see about. Okay, I have to mute this for a second, guys, because I have to ask Kevin a quick question. So, everybody. Okay, we're back.
If anybody's wondering, I said yes.
Oh, you would remember. Probably weren't here for it, Tim, because you would definitely not forget these tacos.
Oh, yeah, you'd remember.
So good.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that little brief intermission. Anyone good at lip reading and want to throw in the comments what you think I was asking? Because that would be kind of fun. That would be kind of fun. Okay, in the meantime, I will tell you what I was not asking, which is the big announcement about the Adam Dre Clinic. We are instituting something new this year at the clinic.
Yeah, Tim Long's going to help.
Other than the fact that Tim Long is going to help, which is we're doing first-timers only. So if you have participated in Adam Dre Clinic in the past...
At LCRC.
At LCRC, you will not be welcome to join us this year. We're going to take a break and let some newbies get in and have people that have never been able to have that wonderful experience with Adam one-on-one, trackside in that way. We'd like to give them that opportunity. So,
Mike, you're always invited. Don't let Tom bully you.
So, anyone? Yes.
Oh, Taylor likes that idea for the clinic. Yeah. So, I will tell you, I already see the loopholes and the questions. I didn't even get to talk to my lovely wife about this because she was taking care of our child while I was down here preparing for this. I looked over the last 2 years of clinic registrations.
Yep.
And the first one that came to mind was our new best friends, Treehorns. That I know Mike told me they wanted to be on the clinic list, and I'm like, well, I'll let you know when it's going to go live, and you can sign up. Well, Treehorn and Treehorn are written on the list, so technically, Mike and Brody can't sign up, but their buddies could sign up, and Mike and Brody could be their mechanics. So don't make me police this and be the bad guy and make you guys mad. I don't mind you being the mechanics and actually coming, but don't be trading radios and going up and driving. That's not the purpose behind this. Like, I also saw, like, Shane Yoder was signed up. Now, I'm pretty sure Shane Yoder was driving then, and Gavin wasn't. Or was he?
I don't know. I think you're right. I think it was Gavin.
Okay, well, this is where we got to be honest, Dave. And
we're gonna do it the right way this year. We're gonna let people that have never had that experience, and those of you who have done it, you know the reason. If you've never got that experience before, one time is so good that you can't wait to come back another time. It's an inexpensive day, and really, I just feel like we need to allow the people that have never had that opportunity. And I guess for me, I'm just asking you guys to be honest about it and allow other people to have the opportunity. I think next year we'll go back to allowing more people to do it. Yeah. So.
Yeah. I mean, you guys all got to appreciate the reasoning behind it and what we're trying to do with it. I mean,
Shane says he can't drive. He never drives. He can't drive. Okay. Well, Kevin was trying to find you a loophole, but I think you guys know what we're getting at, and I think I can just trust you guys to do that. Dominic's asking, has the practice format for Mugen Challenge been decided yet? No, I'm still fighting with my husband about that. I'll let you know when we get done with that.
Well, I got dukes up because my notes from last year said that the practice format was an 85% success.
That was the wristband deal?
Yeah, the ABC groups and the time slots.
Yeah. There was only a few people that complained. They're so loud.
Well, the problem was that the intermediate group was way more entries. The head count there was larger, but their time slot was basically the same size as the others.
Yeah.
So the note was it was an 85% success, except that intermediate needed a little more time, and we'd have to figure out who to rob it from. So you can't just divvy it up and each group gets 2 hours and that's what it is. You've got to, the pro and whatever group.
Okay. We'll have to talk about this off air because I don't want to fight with you on the internet.
Really?
I love you too. Machine says people were using the clinic for practice time and not actually using it for what it's meant for. You're right. There were a few people that took advantage of it in that way. I thought I would get away with that or away from that when we did like the launch of it. So we just put it live on the internet and the first people to get it would get it. I didn't think those people needed practice that bad that they were going to get on there and like refresh every second, and they did. And so that didn't fix anything. That's why this time we're saying, hey, this is the memo. And like, my hope is that everybody follows suit with that and we don't have to kick people out. But if I have to, I will. Yeah. Just to help the people.
She ain't messing around.
I'm not messing around.
Oh, fast. I didn't even see who asked about the practice format.
It was Dominic. Who else?
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have any other questions about the Dre Clinic? Oh, I know. So nobody guessed what I said. Nobody. I get like that. You guys are very boring. Like, I would have put a guess down there. I would have put something in quotes and been like, something ridiculous, but something. Where you at tonight?
Thanks, emojis. Don't forget Pallet Grocery. It's amazing.
Did I miss a question from TQ Chef?
Yeah, I just want to know if there was a grocery store closed.
Oh, hey, Chef, let me tell you something. You should check out our visitor's guide. It has a really detailed list of like how to get out of the driveway and to go to those type of places. So, what? You were gonna say
Dean's
something?
Store.
Yeah, Dean's Store is less than a mile up the road. But like, my instructions on there will say like, turn out of the driveway to the right, go down and it's less than a mile to the left. So it's very specific to us. It has a list of grocery stores and local places that you can go. So it's the visitor's guide. If you just go to LCRCRaceway.com and search it in the search bar, LCRC Visitor's Guide will come up. Wristbands and blocks isn't bad. People holding 4 radios waiting in line for a group kills it. Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
I do. I do get that. It's one thing if, hey, hold my radio, I got to go change my tires, but I do agree with you.
Brett, this is a fantastic question. Thank you for asking it. Is the clinic beneficial for experienced drivers, or is it more beginner, less experienced drivers? Like, if I wanted to sign up, is it good to do, or let people who really could use Drake's guidance? Not saying I don't need it, but I'm just trying to clarify for everyone. Honestly, I think it's beneficial for anyone.
Yeah, Brett, if you've never done it, and you've never like had any one-on-one interactions with Adam and been able to like ask him set up questions, or
he'll actually watch you on the track and like he will watch laps and give you just like little tiny tidbit input that I mean, I just don't think that there's anybody in RC racing that can do that better than he does. I think there is not one person that could not benefit from this experience with him.
100%.
He's a wonderful teacher, and he will wrench on your car. He will give you, he molds the experience for the driver, is I guess what I was getting at. Yeah. That if you are really not experienced at all, he has something for that. If you just are really close to next level, he's got something for that. Am I wrong?
No. He's a great mentor.
An ambassador for this hobby.
you know, he's if you don't know him or have never talked to him, he may come off as a little intimidating to you, like, you know, because he's Adam Drake and you don't want to bother him, or, you know, he kind of keeps to himself. He's pretty quiet because, you know, people walk up to him and ask him questions all the time, and he answers everything and will basically talk your ear off at that point.
Yeah.
So
Braden was responding to TQ Chef and said that check out Schlegel's off Thompsontown exit.
Yep.
Yeah, Schlegel's is great. There's also a Rick and Bob's Building Supply up the road for those weird like hardware store things that you need. They're a great
and
option.
they have RV parts now.
Oh, great! That's
like
very helpful.
Adapters and cords and
Wonderful.
balls and hitch parts. And, yeah.
So Rick and Bob's is a really good one. And then there's also Lost Creek Ag, which is kind of the little road that goes across the street from us. They're over there. They have lots of nuts, bolts, and, you know, obviously like farm equipment stuff, but like some of those weird things that sometimes you need.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I can't think of something off the top of my head, but they're a good one to go to.
Yeah, they sell horse feed and wheelbarrows and pitchforks and chicken food, and, you know.
Yeah. Pallet Grocery has good hoagies. Yes, they do, and they're also some of the cheapest hoagies. They're really, really huge, and they're very low priced. So they're worth the trip over there. I would say it's maybe 3 miles away. Dean's has good sandwiches. Yes. Dean's also just changed over. They have pizza now and some deep fried foods. So their kitchen has expanded. So they're definitely worth.
Killing it.
Yeah. And they said that they were so busy the last couple races that they were selling out of things. So they got our full schedule to make sure that they are well stocked for you guys to go visit them. They love the racers. They are very welcoming to you. They also do ice cream there.
So Tina told me a story that there was 2 brothers that went in and got lunch meat, and one of them got shorted their ham or something.
Oh.
And Tina knew it, but she didn't know how, like,
to find out who it was.
No. And she was waiting for the next race to see these guys again.
So if you got shorted some lunch meat,
make sure
go see them.
Make sure you go in and tell them, hey, I'm Tina's guy that got shorted the lunch meat.
Okay.
She'll take care of you.
Dean has good sandwiches. Breakfast is great. The breakfast place is Bread of Life.
Oh, yeah.
But don't try to go there on Sunday. Sundays they're closed.
Yep.
You want to go there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday morning. They have excellent breakfast. I highly recommend the sausage gravy over biscuits. Their baked oatmeal is very delicious. Obviously, eggs and bacon. I will tell you, like, Kevin likes his bacon, like, not cooked enough. You can ask for crispy bacon.
I like it cooked, not overcooked.
He likes it, like, he might as well get ham.
I want to bite it, not have it shatter when
I don't even understand you. But anyway, if you like bacon the good way or if you like it the bad way, they'll make it either way. You just tell them.
It's a true story.
So, that's true. Shane Yoder said, I did it last year not knowing a thing. I think I'd have quadruple questions. You would. And Shane, you're one of the ones that, like, I feel bad by doing this rule to, because, you know, you and Gavin would get a lot out of it this year. You know, maybe that's one of those things that if it doesn't sell out with beginners right off, maybe we can open up some spots.
See.
I don't know. I want it to be for the people that really can get the most from it. Is Drake as monotone in person as he is on his YouTube videos?
Well, it depends.
Yeah. I think he does always talk a little bit monotone, even like in conversation, like personal conversations.
Very, very, very professional, very well spoken, very, you know, says all the right things all the time until I do something really dumb. Then
he's funny.
He may not be quite so monotone.
He makes a lot of jokes, especially, like, I don't know. But he's still monotone all the time. He talks like that all the time. But he's also very funny. He is one of those guys, though, that, like, he is who he represents that he is. There's not, like, this is who I am on camera, and this is who I am the rest of the time.
Oh, no.
He is definitely that person that he is. Like, that is who he is. I keep trying to, like, crack him. I'm like, there's got to be something. Like, tell me about who you are around Rhonda, you know? But he is who he is. He's a good dude.
Yeah.
Dennis Bruce says Dean loves to talk and he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Yes, he is. Smokehouse something near Sheets has good breakfast spot. Okay, I've never been there. That Smokehouse Griddle.
It's closing.
Is it?
Yeah.
When? They're doing the trailer thing now?
Yeah.
Okay.
They just announced they're closing.
Okay, that's a shame. How do I convince my dad to take off work to get there Wednesday night so he can make the Drake Clinic with me? I think it'll be really beneficial. It probably would be. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the baked oatmeal is awesome. Proper bacon, baked oatmeal. When does the Drake sign up open? Well, if you guys could have read my lips, you would have found out that the Drake Clinic is going to open.
Shane, were you answering the question as to what she was asking me
if
while
so,
she was
you win.
muted?
You win. The Drake Clinic is going to open exactly 30 days before the Drake Clinic. So the clinic would be on the 22nd. Is that right?
Yeah.
So it will open July 22nd. There'll be the easiest way to make sure that you know that when it's launching is there'll be an email scheduled to release on the moment that it launches. So make sure you sign up for the email list. If you don't know how to do that, go to the bottom of LCRCRaceway.com. There's a little spot that says be in the know or something. What? Is this a Monday?
Well, I didn't want to speak out of turn and look dumb.
Okay.
But there's 31 days in July. So you're going to get that guy. It's going to be like, I thought you said it was 30 days.
Well, no, I'm going to open it
July 22nd.
Yeah, like meaning the same day in August, in July, whatever. Brett says, thank you for clarifying. I've never done anything of that sort, so I was honestly curious. I was fortunate to talk to him at Mugen last year. He seemed really genuine. Yeah, he was. He really is. Tim's laughing at us.
And listen, during that clinic, it doesn't matter if you have an entire race trailer full of Mugen cars, or if you have some old clapped out serpent, or it doesn't matter. I've watched him. One year the clinic got rain. It didn't completely rain out, but it was. I know we had a little rain delay, and everybody was in the store. Adam had a 4-foot table, and was sitting in the store, like replumbing fuel lines and tanks and adjusting brakes on like some of the nastiest looking Nitro 8-scale cars I've ever seen race here.
Totally.
And he just
loves it.
Powers through it and fixes her up, does the best he can with
complains.
it. Yeah. It's pretty amazing.
Pretty cool guy.
And then like for Brett, I mean, obviously you got your stuff pretty dialed in as far as like it. You know, you got the right stuff, but his years of racing and insight and experience, like I go back to the latest one that just gets me is the plunge, like the how far the rear drives go into the out drives, right? Okay. 1 millimeter difference in plunge, and he can feel it on the racetrack. I'm like, dude, you're out of your mind. There's no way.
Yeah, like it's almost to a scientific level that most of us don't get to. And Tim said he thinks that was the first one. I think so too. When he had the table set up in here, yeah, it was wild. Yeah. I thought at first maybe he was just trying to get in the air conditioning. Taylor gets it a lot. So, do we think that Adam Drake is the nicest guy in RC? Wait, can I
hold on?
I have a follow-up question.
Well, because that's a multi-dimensional question.
Yeah.
There's just the nicest, meaning like the most polite and easiest going and easiest to talk to. There's the most professional, and the like can give you.
Hold on. I want to start a riot. So write in the comment who you think the nicest guy in RC is. I just would love to see what. Somebody said Lutz, but like start a riot. Go ahead. Put a name in there. Who do you think the nicest guy is?
So then there's the guy that is the greatest ambassador for their brand that they represent.
Yeah.
And then you got the guy that is the most dedicated to his craft, meaning like, let's face it, all these guys that we know that are employed to play with toy cars, what's their main job? To sell cars, right?
Yeah.
I would like to say I have two guys in my Rolodex that sell more cars than anyone else I know. Don't be offended if there's someone that I don't know that you feel sells cars. But I'm telling you, out of my Rolodex, there's 2 guys that sell more cars than anyone I know. And you won't guess one of them.
I bet you I will.
Yeah?
Because I know.
Okay.
Do you want me to guess?
You can.
Well,
Because I knew you knew. That's why.
That's why you did me.
Yeah.
It's Adam Drake and Paul Ciccarelli.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Sure.
Now, the approachability, the friendliness, the professionalism, I love Chicky to death, and I'm not knocking you. But Adam goes to the highest level races and to some of the not so highest level races and deals with the full spectrum of types of people, ability levels, car brands, everything.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to share my opinion.
I want to defend Chicky for 1 second so he's not offended if he watches
this. He would never.
So if you're on Chicky's brand and running his stuff, dude, you're in. Like he can to the nth help you. If you have a brand that he has had in the past, again, he can help you. If it's something different, not that he won't help you, but he may not be quite as knowledgeable and as willing to offer. Where, that's one thing Adam has over him that Adam just takes care of all of it.
Okay, I am not willing to say who the nicest person in RC is, so I'm just going to preface with that, okay? But I will tell you, in the battle between Drake and Lutz, they both have their strong points. Drake is definitely the most professional RC, meaning he is doing a job in this hobby, and he knows his job, and he does it really well. Dennis said it, responds to every single comment. Go ahead and go comment on one of his YouTube videos tonight yet. Honestly, he gets a couple pennies from it anyway. So, just go over to one of his YouTube videos and leave a comment. He will respond to every single one. Every single comment. Think about that. Facebook's the same way. Email's the same way. He is very, very good at his job. If Timmy walks up to him and Timmy drives a different brand and says, "Hey, help me fix my car," he will hands down help anybody. It does not matter who it is. So in that way, Adam Drake, nicest guy in RC because he is extremely professional. He's really good at his job. Lutz is really good at being the most fun guy in RC and also the nicest guy in RC because he's the guy you see throwing the football with the kids in the parking lot.
Yeah.
He's the guy that wants to do the pit challenges. He does interact a lot on Facebook and do those things too. So there's a little. Now I will tell you though, the only thing about nicest guy in RC, does that count competitive level? Because I have seen Adam get upset when he's competing. Never when somebody comes to him.
You ought to be a Aurora official in the driver's stand when they call him for a stop and go.
But I personally have never seen Lutz get wound up.
Yeah, no.
When racing.
Yeah.
So in that way, if you want to say during their racing, who's the nicest guy? Well, I've never been able to see Lutz yell at somebody on the stand and be like, "What the heck are you doing?" Maybe he does it and I just missed it. So that's my thing. I'm going to jump into the comments real quick and say, Jason Mechanic says, Chicky is sleeping in Australia probably.
Yeah, I forgot he was at that big race.
TQ Chef says, I saw Lutz give a spare nitro motor to a kid who blew his motor up during warm-up at the Big Apple Challenge and gave it to him because the kid was so sad that he blew his motor. Yeah, totally. I can see him doing that. Robin says, replying to Dominic, Dominic Valentine, they just recently closed permanently. Oh, he's talking about the Smokehouse Griddle.
Because
sad.
they have a food truck and the restaurant.
Yeah.
So they closed the restaurant to just focus on the food truck.
Maybe we can get the food truck out here.
Maybe.
So I'll look into that. Dennis Brew is my vote for the nicest guy, says Tom Petrella. Yeah. And Dominic says that he thinks he is the nicest in RC. Probably after a steak, maybe. That's what I'm thinking. Just don't be the guy marshalling his car, SP Margle. They are the best ambassadors in this hobby. Yeah. I would actually agree with that. I really do think those two are some of the very best ambassadors for our sport or for our hobby and in this.
And I would industry. I would have this exact same conversation with all of them present face to face.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I could imagine Let's being like, okay, Drake, like, you want to thumb wrestle for it? Like, like it's awesome. Let's see what we want to do.
Yeah, no, let's go.
Yeah,
wrench on a car.
He's like, I'll put a couple laps out.
Yeah,
We'll do it over that. Anyway, okay, hey, that's it for us tonight. Thanks for hanging out with us. We appreciate you guys. Could not do this without you. We count on you to keep LCRC alive, and you do it. You do it by showing up to our events and coming and supporting our local, hobby. But you also do it by ordering stuff from us in between, and we notice your names. We notice that.
For sure.
I was just thinking about it on Monday as I was shipping stuff out, and I'm like, looking, I'm like, that's a racer, that's a racer, that's a racer, that's a racer, that's Nebraska, that's a racer. So appreciate you from Nebraska, and I appreciate you as a racer. See you guys.
Appreciate you.